Fuck. Why? I just set it up. Welcome back, ladies and I just can't win. I just can't win. Why? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing another development stream, software development that is, working on the game, swearing a lot. We're swearing in the first couple minutes, that'll get us demonetized. But that's okay, because we aren't monetized in the first place. So let's get this unfucked. Where did the music go? Oh, it's just, okay. It's just the rip is bad. Transform. Fit. Yes! Okay. We are cooking. We are cooking. I can't see YouTube. That's a little loud. No, I gotta go here, and then I gotta go here, and no, that's not where I gotta go. That's not where I gotta go at all. I gotta go to Go Live. I gotta go to this YouTube Creator Studio, which is a totally different thing from the actual one, or that I was looking at before. There we go, we got both chats. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Well, I don't know why, because everything is the same as it usually is, so... refresh? Does the warning... If I make the warning go away... Wow. I don't know. Let me listen to it. Warning go away. Testing. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. I don't know. I mean, it looks fine. Okay. Open widget. Error. Ah, it's showing me the error again. Very helpful. Okay, well, it's been 5 minutes. Okay, so, today we are going to be, we got Cursor open. I discussed this in the, last night's stream, which, fell apart at the end. I pulled my shoulder just now, so I'm in, crippling pain again. But, I can hide the pain. I'm a tough man. I'm a big tough guy. I'm a big boy. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Cursor. We are using the AI native fucking Electron application that uses stupid amounts of CPU despite being a fucking text editor. The debugger sucks compared to PyCharm. But, yep, that's what we're using, because PyCharm just doesn't work anymore. It just uses an entire core on my fucking $5,000 supercomputer. So, yeah. Okay, no more complaining. We're gonna have fun. We're having fun! This is a fun stream. We're entertaining the people. We are not yelling into the mic. We're working on our video game. Happy, fun video game. Ow! Fuck! Okay, playing the video, working on the video game. Let me show you. And I will also, motherfucker... What's this now? Why is it not using the Venv? That's fine. All I have to do, I don't understand why I have to do this, but all I have to do, it's really cool that my IDE doesn't set up my Venv for me. I mean, why would I want it to do that? In fact, let's Control-K to generate a command. Activate my Venv. Don't forget we're on fish, so we'll have to use the fish activate script. That looks pretty good. Control run. Nope. Wait, what? Why? Why? What? Okay. I'll just do it by hand. Welcome to the future, everyone. Source. It's .venv. ./.venv. Bin. Activate.fish. Motherfuck. This is fish. It worked last night. Okay, if I do this, like... Now the game runs if I do that. No, not you, not you, not you. Where is it? Why doesn't the game show up in my tray? Oh, that's interesting. It shows up as a child window of... Okay, well that's pretty strange. And then I have to have another scene for the... Oh, that's the problem. I'm an idiot. That's the problem. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. There we go. Except it's all stretched. That's not what I want. I want to not stretch. I want to fit. No. Is it stretched? Yeah, is it? I actually can't tell. Actually, it kind of looks like it's not. I can't really tell. No, okay. All right. No, it's okay. All right. It's working. Anyway, so, yeah. So we were trying to, I spent a bunch of time trying to fix a little bug. Can I replicate it? Yeah, there we go. Do you see, if you look closely at the player character there, he does a little bump whenever he crosses. Yeah, you see that? It's not insignificant either. I just can't figure out, because if I track the player's position and velocity, that doesn't, like, I can't see it happening. That's what's really confusing about it. So I don't know what's going on there. For a while, I thought it was a camera issue, but it's not, because if you look at, like, the walls, the rest of the world, the walls move just fine. So I don't know what it is. And it doesn't seem to be frame rate dependent either. Because it happens even, you know, regardless of the frame rate. So I don't know. But today we're going to focus on, you know, the fun parts of game development, not the painful parts. Not the pain like this. This is what causes me pain. The pain in my shoulder cannot compare to the pain I feel when the room promotes and the shadow disappears. But yeah, okay. We're not gonna freak out. We're not gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. I'm freaking out. Okay, so first order business is that is a debugging thing that I added, and we are going to remove it. If I can find it, it's under the camera. So we don't, cursor doesn't have a structure view like PyCharm did, unless I go to, it does have a double shift, but the double shift doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. Okay, it worked that time. I don't know. But yeah, so handle room transition. Is there any equivalent to the local history? Fuck no. Why would there be? That would be silly. It does have checkpoints, which is really nice in the composer. The AI parts of Cursor are really nice. It's just the regular IDE parts. If they fixed PyCharm so that it actually worked, and then added all the AI features from Cursor, I would be really happy. But honestly, it's starting to look like I'm just going to need to write my own IDE. You know, fucking, why don't I? I should. Maybe I will. Okay, but first we need to fix our game. So, all of this needs to go. This was an attempt to fix that bumping issue, but no. Just no. So if we get rid of that, yeah, everything explodes, right? Because this is still fucked. What? I don't understand. Can we just kill this? And then go back, like, this one's fine, it works. You can just use that one, buddy. It works fine. Okay, maybe I need to, like, tell it 10 problems in this file. What problems? Okay. Well, I wanted this to be an adding mechanics to the game stream, not fixing my IDE stream. But, man, I just can't win. Okay, why doesn't it let me activate my... What the fuck is this? Can you stop? Syntax error... Okay, let's try out these cool AI features and go to... we'll go to chat and say, hey, I'm using fish as my command interpreter. I forget command line. And trying to activate my venv gives me this error. I think it might have something to do with using venv inside cursor. Thing is, I tried it last night and it worked fine. What's going on? I wish I could make the text larger. Let me, so you guys can see. But I can't. I can't. This error occurs because you're trying to source a fish shell using bash. No, I'm not, motherfucker. This is fish. It's not fish, it's bash. What the fuck? Why does it look like fish? Okay. All right. I don't understand, but okay. We're not gonna worry. We're not gonna worry. I also need to unfuck my keyboard setup. There we go. Okay. We're getting into it. We're getting into it. I'm gonna have to put a comment under the video telling people to skip 15 minutes into the video. But that's okay. It's all okay. I'm not panicking. I'm not freaking out. Okay. All right. Do the stream. So, we're gonna add some shooting mechanics to our game. So, I was doing some thinking about how the oh, I should actually check that the motherfuck. Why? Well, why is it doing that? What the fuck? Why can't you just work? Okay. Wow. This just doesn't work. I mean, I can just do it manually. That's fine. I can just do python./main.py. Then it works fine. Can I set up OBS to automatically switch to the game? Can I? Can I? No. No, I cannot. I absolutely cannot. Excellent. What is untitled? What does this mean? Nothing? Apparently. Yeah, I know. I wish there was a way to... I wonder if I can, like, assign hotkeys to my transition override filters. Order? Duplicate? Add? No. There probably is a way to add a hotkey to switch scenes, but I don't know what it is. The world may never know. Oh, and I also need to set up the screen capture again. But there's no need to do that because, yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. It's all fine. Oh. Okay. So... All right. So, you know what? right? Can't do that. Okay, can I get rid of this button? Oh, I can. There we go. Okay. So what the hell's going on with the camera? That's not it. Get rotation, update. I'm gonna need to open up PyCharm and go into local history and figure out why that's happening. Alright, so we're using PyCharm after all. Hopefully that doesn't, like, overload the stream when I open it. There we go. So let's switch to PyCharm. Not you. That's my day job. Let me get the PyCharm window to the right size so you guys can actually see it. Which will take a little bit of doing. Hold on. Yeah, this is live entertainment, everybody. That's how you know it's live, is that it's scuffed. There we go. And then I go here, open selector, Windows, non-euclidean top-down shooter, there we go. And we also need to set PyCharm to a reasonable UI size. At least you can set the UI size, the UI text size. Okay, so I really should have started using source control at some point. Because, you know, I'm a professional programmer, and that's the most basic thing, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. So we're going to go into local history, and we're going to show history for selection, and then I'm going to have to redo the selector again. There we go, and there we go. You guys can't quite see it because it's a weird shaped window. I can fix that. There we go. This was supposed to be an adding features stream, but it's a debugging stream. So I want to go back to the 16th. There we go. Ah, that was the problem. Okay. That was the entire problem. Okay, cool. Let's go back into cursor, and we can curse. No, stop. Stop. Thank you. Does that fix it? That fixes it. You can't see it. So what I need to do is set up a screen region. Like a screen capture rather than a window capture. That'll fix all of these problems. But I can't do that on stream because it shows my entire screen. And I keep setting up streams at the last minute. So yeah, it's cursed. I'm sorry. We're still just getting the channel started. I'm really hoping I can get this to more of a... I'm not a professional streamer. This isn't my job, but I'm hoping I can get it to a professional standard soon. And you can see that the snapping is pretty bad. I did adjust it just by... the fixes we did in the last programming stream. I was saying, oh, I've got it fixed. It's nearly done. It wasn't. I think the approach of doing the composition in... analytically instead of by rasterizing and masking, I think that's the right answer. It's just I need to sit down and do the math myself and study up on how to do it because the AI just kept screwing it up. It's really sad. I wish we could just have fun and add features to our game, but that's game development. Is it's 30% fun, 60% chasing down bugs. That's how it is. But today's a fun day, even though it's 20 minutes into the stream. And we haven't had any fun yet, but yeah, there we go. I mean, debugging is fun, isn't it? Isn't it? No, it's not. It's not. Sometimes it is. Okay, kill PyCharm. We don't need it anymore. Should I keep it just in case? No. Because it uses up so much CPU. I have a 16-core CPU. It's hilarious how I thought, oh man, the OBS encoding is going to be the heaviest weight thing. The OBS encoding doesn't even show up. if I look at what's taking up CPU. It's the fucking IDE. Because it's written, they wrote their IDE in Java. I have one written in Java, and I upgraded from Java to JavaScript. So I need to write my own IDE. Either that or switch to Emacs or Vim or something. But anyway, fun. We're not angry. Not an angry stream. I'm not an angry streamer. If anyone tells you I'm an angry streamer, you tell them to fuck off! No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're having fun. So we have enemies in the game. I have them turned off at the moment. Man, I gotta... let me go back and re-enable the enemies. That would be under... What would that be under? It's somewhere around here. It's on the update. Aha! Ah, okay, I made it a setting. Right, I forgot. So we'll switch update entities back on. Oh, right, I put it under F9. Well, that's fine. You'll set it to true by default, and then we can... you've seen the enemies if you've seen the previous stream. But we have no way to shoot them. So I want to add bullets to the game. So there's a couple ways we can do this. Basically, so in a traditional game, you would do bullets. You can kind of choose between projectiles and hit scan, where the game, with a projectile, the bullet is an object in the game world, and it moves around according to the normal rules of the game world, the same as, everything else does. So with a hit scan weapon, the game draws a line sort of internally, and if that line collides with something, your bullet hit it. So because of the non-Euclidean nature of the game, a slow projectile would work, but I'm not sure I want slow projectiles. I kind of want hit scan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit in between. So we're going to have a special kind of object that is called a fast entity, or maybe a high-speed entity. I can get rid of this. Can I zoom in on my code? Zoom in? Zoom in? No. Control plus? No, that screws everything up. Control Alt plus? No. Ooh, what was that? Ooh, that was weird. Okay. So we need to create a new class right under... We'll create it right under enemy, and we'll call it class high speed entity, which is a kind of entity. And we will describe it. Kind of entity that has special motion rules for handling extreme speeds. It can move multiple... it can undergo multiple room transitions per update. Useful for making bullets. And Cursor has this cool quote-unquote feature that I'm not sure I like, but yeah, the problem is the suggestions aren't very good. I've had, what's it called? What was it called? Codex. The thing from GitHub, but it worked okay. The stuff that's built into Cursor just sucks. None of this is remotely right, and it's distracting. In fact, I kind of want to turn it off. I'll leave it on for now, because we're kind of evaluating Cursor, but yeah, I don't like this. It's actually a distraction. So let me look at the existing entities and kind of copy off them. What was I doing? Init parent room. Yeah, see, okay, I don't like that. So parent room, pause, and direction. And then, okay, that part at least is right. Although it also does that. And then, let's see. That's all fine, honestly. The only thing we really need to override is because in a normal entity, update handles movement, right? And that will probably be something for a handle edge collisions, transfer to room, draw. Where's update? There it is. Yeah. So we need to set it so that basically it does multiple ticks per tick, sorta. So let's set up a framework for the AI to work in. Update this so that it divides the motion it has to do. Divide. Well, you know what? We'll just go. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we'll move over to the composer. So this, all that switching between our IDE and the AI window with cursor, it's all built in. High speed entity. We want, we are now trying to, the other thing is that the composer doesn't have all that background information. I'm not sure how I feel. Oh, you can switch it to agent mode? Use tools run to, okay, that's interesting. Let's switch it to agent mode and see what happens. I actually didn't notice that button. We are now trying to implement the high-speed entity in preparation for adding the shooting mechanics to the game. The high-speed entity will be used to implement physically simulated bullets. So we need it to have a special update function that basically divides up the delta time that it's given so that it only moves, let's say, 100 units at a time, and repeatedly does its collision and room transition checks. Let's implement this. We'll see what Claude gives us. This is still Claude 3.5 Sonnet on the back end. I'll help you implement the special update function for high-speed entity that handles high-speed motion safely by breaking into smaller steps. Okay. This is important for bullets to ensure they don't accidentally skip through walls or miss room transitions. Let me search for the relevant code first to make sure I understand the full context. And that did a search. Can I see that search? Okay, interesting. It pulled up a bunch of stuff from the level editor. That seems wrong. That's fine. Based on the search results, I can see the base entity classes, collision handling, and room transition code. Now I'll implement the special update function for high-speed entity that breaks movement into smaller steps to handle high speed safely. I'll hit the high-speed entity class to implement this. And then it presents, I really like, this is the part of cursor I really like, is the way it just gives you a diff. And that's kind of what I was wishing for the whole time when we were doing it before. So, update entity position handle collisions. For high-speed entities, we break the movement in smaller steps to avoid missing collisions. We calculate the intended movement and the total distance if the total distance is greater than the max step distance. New pause equals self pause plus total movement. New pause equals self pause plus total movement. No. That's not right. Huh? Oh, okay. If it's less than a single step, that's inelegant. I think that's a little inelegant. We don't need that branch. It'll, if the speed is slow enough, it can just do a single step. We'll have it pre the first thing it should do is calculate how many steps to do based on its speed. Okay, so it's going to revise its changes. It'll take a second. I am worried about becoming overly dependent on AI as a coder, but, you know, I've done my time, you know? I mean, this is kind of what happens to every coder, right? Eventually you become a manager, and you're not so much of an IC anymore. You manage other programmers. That's how you make software, you know? So maybe this is just a natural thing. This is how everyone's always grown as a coder. Let me... Yeah, agent mode is a lot slower, I've noticed. I'm not sure it's any better, but we'll stick with it. Okay, you're right. We can simplify the logic by always using eliminate the branch, whatever. Much cleaner, remove, da-da-da. Okay, let's actually review the code. So we calculate the total intended movement by taking our velocity times delta time. And we get our total distance by checking the magnitude of that vector. Then we calculate the number of steps needed, which is the maximum of 1, or rounding up the total distance divided by our max step distance. Could that be done more efficiently? Yeah, it's fine. Movement per step. Do you want it to round up? Yeah, you do. So... Yeah, no, that's correct. Movement per step equals total movement over the number of steps. Is there a more efficient way to calculate it? It's fine. Delta time per step equals delta time over num steps. Do each step for in range, number of steps. New position is R position plus movement per step. Handle edge collisions. Self pause equals final pause. If final pause is new pause, we didn't transition. Previous frame equals none. An NP all close. If we hit a wall, no. Looks good up to the end, but we do want to keep processing if we hit a wall. So part of the thing is we don't have any code for object collisions. Maybe, yeah, I should be going back to the entity and adding object physics as well. Oh man, that... Like, am I gonna have to write a physics engine? I don't want to do that. That's fine, we can have simplified physics. It should be alright. But we do want to keep processing if we hit a wall. I want bullets to be able to ricochet. Actually, in fact, I realize now that I should implement entity collision first before doing this. Let's, for now, just leave a to-do to implement to-do in both the entity and high-speed entity to implement entity collision and make sure we are thing is, yeah, make sure we are actually, you know what, let's just do it right now. That I should implement entity collision in the entity as well. Let's do both at the same time. We want a method handle collision, and again, this is going to be a very slow approach. We're going to want to upgrade this to a data-oriented approach, but we're just sketching. We're still just kind of discovering how the game works, so it's going to be slow. We will, once the game is more solid, we will move to more of a entity component system. But we're doing object-oriented in the beginning because object-oriented is easy to write. And it's easy to sketch. We want a method handle collision that update calls. It should have an other parameter that can be an entity or none. None representing collision. Well, really it should be an edge or an edge. Whichever the... yeah, whichever the... entity collided with. Let's make it so... How do we get that information back out of... It should be alright to just... Let's make it so... handle edge collisions returns a tuple of hit new pause edge hit. Edge hit will be none if we transitioned or will we ever want... I can just add it if we ever want that. If we transitioned or hit nothing, or an edge if we hit a wall. The problem with that is that handle edge collisions... No, handle edge collisions does stop you, doesn't it? Okay, that's... yeah, that makes sense. Or edge if we hit a wall. The one other thing I was thinking is that we could have a last hit attribute on the object. Maybe that's better. Thing is, what happens if we ricochet multiple times, you know? Yeah, I think the way I've designed it is good. And then we also need to take into account... okay, yeah. For now, both update methods will... You know, as a matter of fact, can the high-speed entity just call super dot... I don't see why not. For now, both updates methods will call self dot handle collision. Self-handle collision with the edge if we hit an edge, or not call it if we did not. Actually, can we simplify high-speed entity.update by just having it call super.update multiple times with the chopped up delta time? Check my logic. There may be issues with this. Oh, I typoed. Can WER simplify high-speed entity? Let me just check on my phone that the stream looks okay with this tiny font. I'm worried about whether you guys can see. Let me turn my volume down on my phone so that I don't echo. Yeah, that's not easy to see for you guys, is it? Yeah, it's okay, but it's not great. Let's see, let me go into my cursor settings. This isn't gonna dox me, is it? Let's just cross our fingers, no doxing. Preferences, VS Code settings. See, I have the editor size, but controls autosave. Oh, I want to autosave, yeah. Yeah. Thank you, okay. In fact, yeah. Autosave. Yes, please. Font. Font family, code lens, inlay hints, ligatures, variations, font weight, section header, minimap. What? Screencast, screencast. Console font size, that's not really what I want. Integrated terminal, markup, output, chat editor, aha! Okay, but what about... Well, I don't just want code blocks, I want... How do I... Is there no global... I can zoom the font, okay, that's cool. Line height... No, there's no way to alter the... that's silly. That sucks. Like, if I make this larger, that just changes this. It doesn't change this. Unless I close cursor and restart it, maybe? No. No. Yeah, there's no way to make this larger. I can make this larger, but not this. That really sucks. Okay, well, we can at least look at the code it gave us. Yeah, like I was saying, the AI features... Oh, it makes... I actually kind of maybe like that it makes the diff... Why did it get rid of high-speed entity? What? Oh, okay, that's weird. Okay, can I undo whatever I just did? I think it was 14 point, because that doesn't look good. Okay, there we go. So sorry, you're just gonna have to squint at the screen, I guess. Just crank the quality up in YouTube as high as it goes so you can see. HDNT not implemented yet. I don't know if I like that. And it's fine. I didn't actually want that. I guess it's fine. Yeah, okay. Handle collision, move back to valid position. That's fine. If that's the case, I don't like handle collision getting called from all kinds of different places. That's the thing. But maybe that's valid? I don't know. Transfer to room, solid wall bounce. All good. Where did my high-speed entity go? There my high-speed entity did go. Special kind of entity. Update entity position and handle collisions. Calculate total intended movement. Calculate number of steps needed. It's not calling self.update. Okay. Ah, okay. The idea of using super update multiple times is elegant, but there are a few issues to consider. The base entity's update method uses self-velocity times dt to calculate movement. Well, yeah, if we call it multiple times with dt over n, we'll get the same total distance, but if we bounce, the velocity change would be applied multiple times. Yeah, but that's what we want. Room transitions might behave oddly since each call to update would clear previous room independently. Let me search for more context about this collision handling to make sure I understand all the implications. You're right, because the velocity changes from bounces would compound. Each bounce would apply the same velocity change. No, it wouldn't. It would just move, wouldn't it? Room transitions would get messy because each call to update would clear previous room independently. That's not really a problem. The dt-based velocity changes like friction would be applied multiple times. Is that a problem? No, because dt would scale. Okay, so we'll tell him that. In regards to your arguments against using super.update 1. Yes, but the only thing is that in fact, this is actually not really a bug, but a limitation in our current design. If you think about it, so we have an object, and we have a frame, and the frame covers, a 60th of a second. And let's say our object is moving 120 pixels per second. Now let's call it 240 pixels per second. And it's 3 pixels away from the wall. No, it's 2 pixels away from the wall. So it's 2 pixels away from the wall. It moves towards the wall, and it goes, oh shit, I'm outside of the wall. So it gets bounced back into the room, and its velocity gets changed to reflect that bounce. That object, with our current code, that object got cheated out of 2 pixels worth of movement. Right? It got cheated out of half a time step. It got cheated out of 2 pixels. So really, we need to find the... oh god. We need to find the time at which the bounce happened, and then give the entity back its time. Is that... do we really want that? I guess. That's actually okay. It makes its move, bounces, and updates again with the bounce velocity. What's wrong with that? In fact, thinking this through reveals a bug in our existing movement code. Let's say an object is 10 px away from the wall. It's moving towards it at 100 px frame. It moves 50, no, we'll say it's 50 px. It moves 100 px along its velocity vector, handle edge collisions, finds that it's 50 px beyond the wall, so it moves it back inside and flips its velocity. The object just got cheated out of half a frame's worth of movement. We actually need to calculate the point at which it would... This can't be how actual physics engines do it, can it? Maybe. At which it collided with the wall, and give it its time and refund its time by continuing to move it for the rest of the dt of the delta it's entitled to. When calling update multiple times, in a high-speed entity, this is also okay. Imagine a bullet moving, I don't know, 10,000 px per frame. It hits a wall halfway through an update, gets its time back, then hits another wall, then gets its time back with the new velocity vector, hits another wall, and again. This is perfectly correct behavior for a ricocheting. That's not how you spell ricochet, but there's no spell check in the cursor composer. That sucks for ricocheting bullet. It'll probably be prohibitively slow when we have a ton of bullets. It will be slow when we have a ton of bullets being simulated, but we're just sketching how the game will work at this point. We can worry, get the mechanics down and then worry about performance later. What was his second argument against doing it? His second argument was boobadoo. Oh no, I went too far back. The velocity changes would compound incorrectly. The velocity changes would not compound incorrectly. We would bounce, change velocity once, then continue moving with that velocity. The only current purpose of previous room is to prevent bouncing from being exactly on the border of two rooms. Clearing it between mini updates is correct behavior.
Cheap viewers on streamboo.com.
Oh boy!
At B6JC81.
Well, I gotta check that out. Oh boy! Fuck you. Get out of my chat. So, do those, like, show up in my users in chat? No. Well, how come Twitch can't stop that from happening? I don't know. You know, I shouldn't swear so much. I've started showing these streams to employers. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking psychopath. I promise I'm not actually like this at work. I mean, maybe sometimes. Okay. So let's send that, see what it has to say. You make excellent points. You're damn right I do. You're absolutely right about all of this. You're right, I am. The time refund issue is a significant bug. When an object hits a wall, it should continue moving with its remaining time. Should we just get rid of the high-speed entity and just have all entities work that way? Maybe? Maybe. Because it's not like sometimes normal entities get a high speed. if we're going to be implementing the refund system anyway... Why is Claude having this problem where he's removing methods by accident? It wasn't doing that when I was doing my day job stuff earlier. Okay, let's take a look here. We imported some typing stuff. So handle collision with another entity or edge, collision normal points from other to self. Interesting. Basic bounce. I'm losing my patience. I just came here to bounce. Movement equals new pause minus self pause. Movement distance equals the magnitude of that vector. Old distance equals the dot product of... Is that right? I think. Transfer to room, get transformed position. What happened here? Calculate time of collision, move to collision point, handle the bounce, return collision point in time. While time remaining is less than 0, we hit something, no collision. And then the high speed entity, yeah. Adding that visualization would be cool. How about this? Since we're implementing the time refund on the regular entity anyway, let's just get rid of high-speed entity and allow all entities to handle arbitrary speeds if everything is going to be doing multiple updates in collision cases. Anyway. Let's make those updates and check if it works at all. Then we'll add a toggle and a visualizer. Is this how, like, commercial? I should ask him. He's cooking. Ooh, there's people here. Cool. I should say that people in the YouTube chat, if you type in YouTube chat, that will not get read out by the TTS. Eventually, I will implement that. But right now, if you want to get your messages read out, you got to go to Twitch. Twitch chat, it all gets read out. Everyone gets TTS. It's free. You don't have to pay for it or anything. Okay. Good point, since we've da-da-da. We also update the main loop. Removed high-speed entity. Add... I didn't tell you to do that, actually, but that's okay. Add a debug state to store collision points and remaining movement vectors. Update the main loop to handle the FC... I actually told you not to do that, but okay, that's fine. It's absolutely okay. So let's look at these changes. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. Did I not already have something on F6? Yeah, I did, didn't I? I had, What the hell, man? Okay, well, I didn't want you to do that. That's fine. Debug collisions. We're storing the collision points. That's all right. Handle collision. Handle collision with another entity or edge. Entity collision not implemented yet. Basic bounce. Basic bounce for a basic bitch. No. This is all the same. Transfer to room. Calculate the time of the collision. What? Why are we doing that clamping? Let's ask him. Is this necessary? If old dist equals dist, the denominator would be near 0. If old dist and dist have the same sign, we'd get a negative time. Dist greater than old dist. If we're already past the edge, we get a time greater than 1. The clamping is unnecessary because we only reach this code if dist is less than 0, is less than equal to projection parameter, is less than edge length plus 1, meaning we've crossed the edge. The collision detection logic earlier ensures we're moving towards the edge. Given these conditions, old dist minus dist will always be positive, and old dist will be between 0 and old dist minus dist. Therefore, the fraction will always naturally be between 0 and 1, making the clamping redundant. I can just remove it myself. Blip. It's fine. Move to the collision point. I should have removed that extraneous space. There we go. Handle the bounce. Return the collision point and time. Collision pause, edge, collision time. I'm not sure how much I like the architecture of this. I can change it later. It's not bad. And then update while time remaining is greater than 0. New pause equals self pause plus self velocity times time remaining. Handle the collisions. If we hit something, continue moving with the remaining time. If edge hit is not none, and collision time is not none, you define this whole handle collision. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. If we hit something, continue moving with remaining time. We will have to, when we implement entity collisions, we'll have to do it right here. I should leave it to do. Handle collisions with entities here. Right here. Because if we didn't do it right here, then we could okay. You have your bullet, you have an enemy, and you have a wall. If we handle entities here, then we shoot the bullet, it hits the entity, that's it. If it doesn't hit the entity, then it hits the wall, bounces, and then let's say there's another enemy after the bounce, it goes, so it makes the wall hit, and then it goes back to the top, then it does the entity hit. That's correct. And there's no case where we can have an entity hit after a wall hit. Like, there's no case where the wall will be closer than the entity, because that would mean that there's an entity outside the room, which isn't valid. So yeah. That's correct. I should write that logic down. Why right here? Important to do entity, then wall check. This is always correct because there's only because we will always hit entities before walls, because entities must be inside rooms, and rooms are convex. If we bounce off a wall, we go back to the while and check for entities again. So it's all good. Handle collisions and get final positions. If we hit something, continue moving with the remaining time. If edge hit is not none and collision time is not none, it likes to do this. I don't know if I like that. What the hell is this music? I'm skipping this. I don't like doing stuff like this. If these conditions will, am I wrong, or will there never be a case where we have one and not the other? Because if there is none, that means we have multiple sources of truth. Maybe it should return a tuple of final pause hit info, and hit info is a tuple of edge entity hit collision time. Check my logic. Does this make sense architecturally? You're absolutely right. There are exactly three return paths: room, transition, wall, collision, no collision. In every case, either both edge hit and collision time are none, or both have values. The current structure creates a coupling where we have to check. We don't have to, even though they're perfectly correlated. This violates the principle of having a single source of truth. Your suggested refactoring makes a lot of sense. We could structure it like this. That's fine. Correlation, Sure, just one thing. Let's make collision info a named tuple instead of a data. I don't know. Just one thought. Would it be more efficient to make collision info a named tuple instead of a data class? Data classes are full fat Python classes, while a named tuple would be a little more memory efficient, right? Absolutely right. Okay. We don't need mutability. We don't want, we want memory efficiency. Okay. All right, I get to keep my job. Wait, I don't. No, I don't get to keep my job. I'm unemployed. Hey, if there's anyone watching who has jobs for an AI implementation engineer, hit me up. Because I am broke. And those people who were going to make me an offer have not gotten back to me yet. In fact, there's a guy on LinkedIn I got to get back to. I just remembered that. Should I do that right now? I'll do it after stream. I'll make these changes now. Let me edit the file. Okay, if collision time. No collision, we're done. Yeah, that all looks good. Okay. So can we run that? So the other really cool thing about the way cursor handles things, it didn't actually delete high-speed entity. Oh, we can't test that because... Oh, it's fine. The changes have been made successfully. The key improvements are added collision info as a named tuple on top of the file, updated the return type annotation, modified all return statements, updated the update. Gotta update the update. You don't want an unupdated update. To use the new collision info structure, the named tuple approach gives us several benefits. Memory efficiency, named tuples are very immutable, blah, blah, blah. The code is cleaner, single truth, source of truth. All right, let's eliminate high-speed entity and since we've rolled its... Did we actually roll high-speed entities responsibilities into... I think we did. Time remaining? No, because it... All right, let's do the step of eliminating high-speed entity and folding its special high-speed check, high-speed update into regular entity. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I do. Do I? It shouldn't. It doesn't really add any overhead. Yeah, it's fine. But it... I don't... it's fine. Okay, let's check that it really did it. What the hell? Boobadoo. High-speed entity is gone. Regular entity. All good. I mean, we're doing these extra calculations every frame, every entity. It's fine. It's fine. Well, if it causes a problem, we'll undo it. Okay, it looks good. Let me run the game with all this done. Where did the terminal go? I can't get to the terminal. Let me... There we go. Let's check if the game actually runs with these changes. It does not. That's fine. I can go up and change that. You never actually imported named tuple. Did you? Yeah, you did. You imported it from typing, but you didn't import the actual thing. It's in collections, right? Or is it? Yeah. Except, yeah. Now if we run it. There we go. Okay, let me show you the game. Bam, there you go. Okay. Okay. We bounce good. We move between rooms good. Wait, hold on. That was the source of that bug that I was... That's the source of that bug that I was talking about earlier, isn't it? Is it? Let's check. No, it's not, because it's still happening. Never mind. I was yelling for no reason. Everything bounces okay. Let's check the frame rate. The frame rate sucks, that's fine. It sucked before, it doesn't suck any worse. Oh, now we're getting slow. Entities do seem kind of slow now. They're also, I don't know. Something's wrong. Yeah, the game didn't run this bad. Yeah, we're getting about 14 FPS. It's not quite right. Well, let's at least go back. We'll turn off friction on the player. In fact, let's invert the player's friction, and we'll see what happens as he gets faster. As he gets faster. Let's see. First, I have to figure out how to do that for the player. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Update. We can just turn off friction. There we go. And then we run it. Oops, I didn't show you me changing that. You'll have to take my word for it that that's what I did. Okay. I mean, we're getting graphical issues. He's going pretty quick. We're a speedy boy. I mean, I think it's making multiple transitions per second. It seems to be handling it. Okay, let's, okay, let's slow this down. Oh god, I can't slow down. Okay, hold on. Oh no, I'm speeding it up. Okay, let's let's close the game, restart it. Capture it again. There we go. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, and boop-a-doo. There we go. Okay, let's turn room numbers off. We've got our Newtonian space physics now. Oops, 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 oops. Hold on. Okay. We're a speedy speed boy. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, hold on. I'm losing control here. There we go. Let me turn off... There we go. A little slower. Okay. And then we just keep shamovin'. We get faster and faster and faster. Oh no, I definitely broke something here. Hold on. I can't really... Okay, let's, This is ridiculous. We're going. We're shamovin'. Oh! I think it's... Is this testing? Okay. Well, okay, so let's then... let me show you cursor again. Let us make the friction negative. There we go. This is a bad idea right here. Start up the game. Show you the game. Really show you the game. Like so. There you go. Okay, and now our... our friction gets faster every time. So yeah, it's getting slow because it's making a lot of transitions. But you can see it's not wrong. It's getting really slow. It looks like it's basically right. There's graphical glitches because there always were graphical glitches and they're just easier to see now, but it looks like it's working. Let me kill the game. Let me maybe make that just a little bit less the way it is. Like make it 1.1. 1.05. And then let's have it print every time we bounce so we can see if we multi-bounce. I'll show you the game, the cursor rather. So handle collision, handle edge collisions. Where would we put that? Right here. That should be fine. If self dot... actually, We'll put it at the end. Or no, we won't. Okay. Wait. No, not there. Not there. We want to put it at the end of update. Yeah. If self.edge collision, if when self.collision points greater than 2, print self collision points. And then run the game, show you the game. Like so, there you go. So let's be careful not to, oops, okay, well, no. Oh. Well, that ain't right. Okay. Let's turn that down. I gotta find it now. Turn down the anti-friction. It's down here. There we go. 005. Run the game again. Selector. Selector, I hardly know her. There we go. Okay, be careful not to get going too fast here. Okay, we'll slowly get to the... very carefully get to the room. Okay, there we go. Ooh, no, no, careful, careful. Oh, we're losing it. Okay, we lost control. Okay, we bounced outside of the world. Something's wrong. I think something's wrong. Let me also stop printing out our velocity, because that is covering up where I want to... Let me launch the game again. Make the acceleration even slower. That's the power of integration. Things integrate pretty fucking fast. Okay. No, okay, we're losing it. We're losing it already. No, we lost it. Something's wrong. Because we just bounce out of the world. Something's wrong. Can I replicate that? Okay, make it even slower. Python main py. Show it to you. Are we in the right category on Twitch? Yes, we are. Okay, cool. I was concerned for a second. There we go. Okay, just be careful not to... Careful not to get over speed. We gotta be careful. I want to get to the main room. Oh, let's also F9 to turn off NPCs. Nope. No, we lost it. Never mind. Okay. I guess that's not where we're going. Yeah, something is wrong. Because we bounce out of the world. Okay. Why is that happening? Okay. Come on, I would really like to get to the larger rooms before... Oh. Okay. Well, I don't really know. I don't know why that's happening. So, am I printing it out right? Because you can see... Okay. Let me change it. Let me show you the window. Let me change it so it always prints collision points. Oh god, I'm lost. Where is it now? There it is. If collision points at all. Do we ever clear collision points? Not sure we do. Wait, do we ever set collision points? Wait, do we never actually use this? No, we... Don't we? No, we don't. Ah, okay. That might explain part of the problem. I tried adding code to just print collision points, but for a quick test, but then I noticed you never actually add the collisions to collision points. Fix that real quick so I can insert. It does seem like the player Like, I inverted the player's friction so we can test extreme speeds. And the player does bounce out of the world eventually, so there may be a bug somewhere. I mean, we're gonna want that collision points anyway, so that we can, like, I don't know, make sparks fly out of the wall when we hit a collision anyway, so that actually doesn't need to be gated. That's fine. No! Okay. He took out my print. I'm just going to tell him to put the print back. I'm not doing work. Put the print back so I can test it quick before we implement the full visualization. Also, I actually don't think collision points should be gated behind the debug. We'll want it to EX play sound and make walls emit and put a spark effect when we ricochet. It shouldn't really cost anything. I'm not... everything costs something, but it shouldn't cost much. Alright, ba-ba-da. Let's launch the game. Show you the game. There you go. Let's turn off the room numbers. Oh yeah, no, it seems to be working. Yeah, no, it's working. Alright, cool. Why wasn't it working earlier? That was odd. It gets slow after a while. Yeah, because it slows down the game. Okay, let's... okay, kill the game, because it's gonna kill everything. Yeah, but you, if you look here, you can see... Can I scroll all the way up? No, okay, I'll show you... I'll launch the game and show you it doing it. I wish I could show you both, but if you see... So we go ping, 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 and then you can see eventually it gets large because we get multiple bounces per update. So that's cool. It's actually working. All right. I've confirmed that at least in very easy cases, it works. Can we... however, it eventually gets so fast that it bogs down the game because it's making it's bouncing 100 times per frame. Let's cap it at what do we say? Maybe 8 bounces. Cap it at 8 bounces. You know, cap it at 4 bounces and apply air resistance to... cap it at 4 bounces. Just cap it at 4 bounces. Well, All right, we'll cap it at 10. Bounces. Anything more than that. Anything more than that. Cap it at 10 bounces. It'll just have to lose its time past that. We don't actually need that, but okay. That's fine. After 10 bounces, any remaining time movement will be discarded. That's fine. Fire up the game, show you the game. There you go. Turn off the room numbers. Get bouncing. Commence the jiggling. Alright, we have commenced the jiggling. It's still slow. Yeah, then it bounces out of the damn world. Okay, so there's probably a bug somewhere not in our collision handling, but in our collision handling, but not in the new code. There's a bug in the old code. It's not detecting when we bounce into the wall, which part of that is because the if I can show you without breaking everything. Oh crap. Like, yeah, you can see it even kind of hit an edge. Let me turn off the friction shaking so I can show you what I'm talking about, or turn the friction back to normal, rather. Friction equals 2. So, what I'm trying to say is, it used to be that if you nuzzled into a corner, I mean, you can even see, like, part of the player object is outside of the world here. And that's not acceptable. Well, I mean, it's okay. But the problem with that is that you can kind of butt up against this corner and sometimes you can kind of get out. The problem, you can also, like, cause problems with the vision, like, I think you saw it for a second there. Can I do it again? No? Come on, there you go. You see that? That's not cool. And the reason for that is because every entity right now is actually infinitely small, infinitesimally small. It's, the actual player object is just a tiny, like, you know, a single point, an infinitesimally small point at the center of this triangle. So we need to set it up so that objects have actual size. They have hitboxes. So that when we poke into a wall, you know, we bounce here, not here. And that will solve some of those bouncing out of the world issues. Because part of the problem is that the player is just infinitely small. So you can imagine an infinitely small guy can easily slip outside the cracks, you know? So we just need more sensible handling of things. Things and stuff. Words. The problem is that with these changes, it's really fucking slow. Can I look at... So, one thing I noticed is that there still are double bounces happening. Like, can we trigger one of these guys to bounce off a wall? There we go. Yeah, that was a double bounce. What's up with that? No, it wasn't. Was it? No, it wasn't. Okay, no. Because one of them, I was looking at this. One of them is the position, the other is the new velocity. So now it's single bouncing. But yeah, the game gets pretty slow when you get a bunch of stuff bouncing off walls, huh? Actually, did you see that there? Do they hitch when they room transition? They do. What was that? I don't know, there's shenanigans happening. Shenanigans and chicanery. Oh, I get what's happening. Okay. That's an interesting edge case. It's because the, yeah, that's actually okay. That'll also... I was talking about how... Can I get him to do it again? So you can see? When you see how I can see the guys in this room through this wall? That's because we apply one global mask to mask out the entities. So when he's here, he's getting drawn in this room, but part of him on screen is in this room, so the mask doesn't clip him out. That's not a real problem. That'll go away once he's actually colliding with things. So that's fine. When he's properly colliding with walls, there's no problems. There are no problems. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. You know, I heard that phrase for years and years, and I never realized it was from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, I heard fucking Tim Pool, fucking the beanie guy, saying that, and I didn't realize it was from a children's cartoon. Ugh. Which, I mean, it was a good children's cartoon. I'm not saying it wasn't a deeply philosophical kids' cartoon, but it was a kids' cartoon. But yeah, so I'm thinking we actually want to bring back... Are these guys gonna follow me out here? Or are they too far away now? I think they're too far away.
Very fitting for Tim Pool, actually.
Yeah. Welcome back, Missed One. I don't usually see you on these earlier streams. But yeah, I'm thinking I want to... I want to bring back that separation between the regular entity and the... What the fuck was that? Oh, because it's... Oh, you know what's happening here? It's trying to... What is happening here? These guys are all in this room here, and they're getting drawn. But why is the draw call making it into... Because this is a root room. This is getting promoted. This guy gets promoted, and then the draw code thinks it can see into here because this guy's promoted. Oh, God. Okay, so we need to get rid of the whole promotion system entirely. Shit. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah. So, you see the snapping. I've talked about the snapping a million times. These are the same bug now. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, I did promise shooting mechanics, so let's try and implement that real quick. Because I am starting to run out of time, but we can do it real quick. So we go, okay, it works well. Let's remove that debug print. Trouble is, it does have a bad performance impact. Why? It shouldn't have that much of a performance impact. It does have a bad performance impact, and there are a large number of entities being simulated. Can we... It seems odd. None of these entities are moving fast enough to trigger multiple bounces, and yet there's a pretty big performance performance impact. Let's investigate whether we can speed up this implementation or we've got to bring back the high-speed entity separation. It could be that the print was slowing things down as well. I need some water. Let me get some water real quick while this thing thinks. I must moisten. Let's analyze potential performance bottlenecks. There are a few things that could be causing the slowdown. We're currently calculating num steps based on total movement distance, even for slow-moving entities. That means are we? We check every edge of the room for every step. For a room with n edges, that's O of n checks per step per entity. We're doing a lot of NumPy operations for each collision check, including vector normalizations and matrix transformation. Let's profile the code. I don't want to profile. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna get canceled for profiling. No. Not funny. Not funny. Didn't laugh. And it added a crash. That's very cool of it. Add to composer. Ooh, what just happened? What was that? What's happening? Looks like you made a little mistake somewhere.
Did you run out of credits?
That's possible. No, that's not it. I see the issue, sometimes returning none instead of the expected tuple, but that's what we want. That's correct. It's just you're not handling it. Just came from, we continue without returning anything. Don't we want handle edge collisions to return none if... Okay. If there was no collision? Okay. No, we always want to return the... Okay, no, that's fine. Why didn't we have that happen before? Something's wrong. Oh, it's running. Let me show you the game. Okay, bring up the FPS. It's not so bad considering we're streaming. Let's head up to where the entities are, where the wild things are. Okay, collect a bunch of entities on screen. I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's not that much worse than, it is worse. Maybe? I don't know. It's taking an entire millisecond. That's actually not that much. Okay, the entity updates aren't really the big cost driver, huh? Well, 3 milliseconds is a while. What happens if we smash them all against the wall? No, it's not that bad. Yeah, that's not the driver of our performance issues. Okay. Here's the result. Not that bad. Oop, show you the console. I guess the real issue is drawing the entities. The physics is fine. Most entity updates take 1 to 2 milliseconds. Edge collision checks take 1 to 3. The real performance bottleneck appears to be in the rendering. I mean, 7 milliseconds to do your physics calculations is a while. But yeah, okay. I wouldn't say not worth optimizing, but it's not the top priority. All right, we are out of time. I will accept all these, and maybe I'll be back later tonight to implement actual bullets, but I got no more time for right now. So I will send you all off to, let's check. Let's do a little look-see. We'll do it blind. Raid. There we go. Have fun with the funny fox lady. Assuming she is streaming, which she usually is at this time today. Alright. I'll see you all either tonight or Monday.
The wall bouncing was lit, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. I appreciate you coming out. I will see you all next time.